Get this party started. Okay. Oh, it's Mardi Gras, but you're on the call, so that's what matters, right? Priorities, right? Mardi Gras, Mardi Gras. Whew. We're here because we want to talk about the invitation process. So, okay, why I decided to talk about this topic with you guys is, before I start, actually, squirrel. If you guys have any questions along the way, because if you're anything like me, unless you ask it right away, you forget them. So if you guys have any questions along the way, type them in the chat box. And because I have 2 pages of bullet points, I'm going to try to go through quickly, and so I can answer all the questions. Now, the reason I wanted to talk to you guys about the invitation process is this seems to be the hardest thing for coaches, right? It seems to be the thing that numbs us, right? I see all y'all on social media. You guys are all great with your journeys. You're great with showing your before pictures and your transformation pictures and your workout moves and all this stuff, right? The stuff that's really vulnerable, right? The stuff like you're putting yourself out there, and that shit should be the scary part, right? But no, you're all killing it. But then people come to me and they're like, I'm not good at this. I'm scared to coach. I'm scared to invite others. I'm like, wait a minute. You're putting yourself out there in little skivvies and a sports bra, and you're like, hey girl, hey, but you're scared of inviting someone to join you. Like, it's funny because, like I had the same fear for the longest time. Even still this day, I get wrapped up in my head. Maybe, maybe I'm having a sensitive day, or maybe like I've had so many no's, or what have you. And there's something that derails me, and I'm like, I don't want to invite anymore. It's so scary. And we do that. And we let us paralyze us, and we let it numb us. And so we don't do it at all, right? Now I have a question for you guys, and I want you to be real with me. Who here has not invited today? All right. About half of you. Okay. Who has not invited within the last week? All right. Candace. Okay. All right. But I will later. Awesome. Okay. So here's the thing. We often do not, this is what Brian Tracy calls your frog, right? The thing that is hardest for you to do, the thing that you struggle with the most. Now, ironically, inviting is the thing that's actually going to help you grow your business. Am I correct? Because you're not just going to magically post amazing before and afters every 30 days, and then your business is going to be like booming. I mean, yes, it would be great if people just came to you and you're like, oh, I'll just lean back and, sip champagne, and men in tights could feed me grapes. Oh my gosh, men in tights are not feeding me grapes. You guys get my drift. Anyways, yes, it would be great if people just came to you, but in the reality of things, that's not how it is. So we often don't do the hard stuff, which is inviting for us, because of fear, because of rejection, because of judgment, right? Whether we're judging ourselves, we're critiquing ourselves. Oh my gosh, did I say the wrong thing? Did I say it the right thing? Are they judging me? Do they think I'm salesy, right? I'm sure you guys all have felt these emotions or these fears that held you back. But let me tell you this, it doesn't have to be fearful. It doesn't have to be scary, right? And you're probably thinking like, oh, sure, you've been doing it for 6 years. It's easy for you. It's not easy for anyone that doesn't do it consistently. Do you understand that? It's not easy for anyone that doesn't do it consistently. If you do it consistently, it gets easier. Let me ask you this question real quick. Is eating healthy easy for you to do if you do it once a week? Probably not, right? Because you're like, I'm eating broccoli again. This shit sucks, right? If you do it every single day, it's like, I love healthy food. Oh my gosh, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel light. I'm not lethargic. I'm not fatigued. I don't have stomach cramps, right? Kind of the same thing with inviting, although not inviting will not give you stomach cramps. But I'm just saying, like, it's along the same lines. So I'm here to tell you guys how to make it easy for you and how you can be successful as a Beachbody coach, because I'm telling you guys, I don't care how cute your selfies are or how great of stories you're telling or how amazing your progress photos are. Unless you're putting yourself out there and you're inviting and you're building your relationships, you're not going to grow your business to where you want it to be. Now, real quick, before I go into my bullet points, I want to recommend a book to you guys. It's actually a book that I downloaded on my Audibles because I had Up-Team credits, and it's like, you're going to lose all your credits unless you use them. So I downloaded a whole bunch of leadership and communication PD. And I downloaded this, and he has an Australian accent, so it's kind of fun to listen to him talk. It's called Exactly What to Say: The Magic Words of Influence and Impact by Phil Jones. Exactly What to Say: The Magic Words for Influence and Impact. And I'm going to touch on a little bit of his book throughout this. But if you guys need a new read, if you need confidence when it comes to talking to people, to reaching out, this is a great book. And the way he talks, like, I'm all about that frilly girl, you know, I am that girl, mastering your inner mean girl. I'm all about those kind of self-love books. But and I don't know if it's because he has like that fun accent, it's Phil Jones. I don't know if he just has that fun accent that it's fun to listen to, but he also has like a pep in his step when he's talking. So it like is intriguing. It pulls me in. So there's that. Okay. So how we start with the invitation process? Well, we have to have people to actually invite, right? And I never want you guys to exhaust your warm market, because if you exhaust your warm market, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I have no one else to invite, right? If you've been a coach longer than a year, you're probably like, holy shit, I've exhausted my warm market. I've asked everybody 3 times, the same people 3 times. Well, we need to continue to build our market, which means we just need to make new friends. Now, how we do that is we intentionally make new friends on social media. All you have to do is be yourself. Be yourself. That's the best thing that you can do to attract the people like you. Do you guys realize that? Look for your vibe. Look through groups, whether they're on Facebook, maybe they're on other like meetup groups, or there's a plethora of different, dog park groups, or, anything that is your vibe. You can look up hashtags, things that make you, that are a part of your brand. Maybe it's boy mom, fur baby mom. I'm just going to say like hypothyroidism, anything that like you have that is a part of your life, maybe that makes you stand out. Even locations. The great thing about Instagram and Instagram stories is people geotag themselves. And if you love Seattle, if you love Dallas, if you love, Pike's Place Market, if you love, any significant areas, maybe it's a concert venue, maybe it's, whatever, those are places that you can look and search and connect with other people too. And how you connect with them is you simply show them love, just like you would do another fellow coach or one of your girlfriends. You go like their stuff, you go comment on stuff. And the way that is so simple about this is the fact that you're looking for people, you're intentionally looking for people that you would bond with, that you would invite over for a barbecue, that you would invite around the dinner table, right? Because the thing is, guys, we have to limit who we're actually trying to help, because in the grand scheme of things, if you're trying to help everybody, men, women of all ages, married, not married, kids, not kids, you can't help anybody, because you're not narrowing down how you're talking to them. You're not narrowing down your posts. And so it's going to go over everybody's head. But this way, it helps you really narrow in on the people that you're talking to and the way that you're talking to too, which is huge, because that's the kind of stuff that's going to hit people right in the gut and be like, oh, she's talking to me. Like, have you guys ever posted something and someone's like, oh my God, girl, I feel like you're in my head today. Or I feel like this is exactly what I needed to hear, because you narrowed in on exactly what you were feeling. Okay. None of this should be forced. Like, I don't want you guys sitting there and be like, shit, Vicki's making me find new friends on social media. Oh my gosh, who can I like? Okay. It shouldn't be like that. The way it should be is like you're back in third grade and you're running on the merry-go-round, and you get on the merry-go-round, and then this girl over here is pushing it, and you guys start laughing because you're both wearing the same pink shoes and you both like My Little Ponies, and oh my gosh, you leave with 5 new best friends, right? This is how easy it should be, because it can be, as long as you get out of your own head and realize that this no longer has anything to do with you. You're out there to make new friends, right? Because you're not thinking about Success Club. You're not thinking about going Emerald. You're not thinking about Challenge Packs. You're not thinking about commission. You're thinking about being intentional about making new friends. So now what? Now you have these friends, right? So the thing of it is, if you don't want to run out of people to talk to, you need to continually add to your network every single day. It could be, you could set a timer for how long you want to build your network, right? So you could have a timer for 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. I'm going to go find how many of her friends. You could set a limit of how many friends that you want to make that day. For me personally, I feel less forced when it's time spent doing a task, if that makes sense to you guys. Some people are completely different, and that's okay. There's no wrong way to do that, as long as you're adding friends every single day. So now you build convos with your new friends, right? I do not, and I repeat, I do not want any of you guys to ever send a friend request or a follow on Instagram without a follow-up message. How awkward is it when someone sends you a friend request and they don't message you after you accept it? You're like, okay, weird. This is weird. Are you just going to stalk my photos now? I don't know what to do. Or what's even worse, oh my gosh, most of you guys know this, but I'm like, hey, thanks for sending me a friend request. And then they give me this guy. Bing! Don't give me the thumbs up emoji. That means nothing to me. Like, don't, like, where are you from? What do you do? Why did you want to be my friend? Like, hey, it's weird. It's awkward. Everybody feels that way. I'm sure I'm not the only one. So make sure that you're sending a follow-up message like, hey girl, I seen you had a son my same age. What's his favorite sport? What does he love to do? Or, hey, I seen you're reading a book that I really was interested in. How are you liking it? Or anything that made you, like I said, I'm starting to get distracted with the chat box, but I will go and finish it or answer them at the end. But anything that made you give, or anything that gave you a reason to send them a friend request, you can message them. Or, hey girl, I love your workout pants that you were wearing today. Just a simple compliment. It makes you feel good. It makes them feel good. Win-win for everybody. And here's the big thing that I want you guys to ingrain in your brain. Act as if your new friend on social media was someone that a really good friend introduced you to, right? Because how easy is it for you to talk to someone that one of your really good buddies introduced you to, that they already love, that they already raved about how nice they are, how fun they are, how inspiring they are, right? It'd be so easy to talk to that person, right? So act as if there's someone you were introduced to through a good buddy. Now you can simply message them. Like I just said, I see you like dogs. I see you have kids. How old are they? I see you like hiking. Name any common interest that you guys have. I see you also have bright red hair. Are your white sheets pink too, like mine? I don't know, anything that you can say. And if you are the kind of person that has a sense of humor, people love that too. Like don't worry about being dorky or if people are going to think you're silly or anything. Like I love my quirky sense of humor. I'm a nerd, and like I have like my 8-year-old son gets all my jokes. Okay. And so I have no shame in my game. So when I spit out a little line and it like makes someone like almost pee themselves, that's like a big win for me. I'm like, I don't care. I could be silly. I could be dorky. I don't care. Ask them other questions. Get them talking. People love to talk about themselves, you guys. People love to talk about themselves, especially if they're talking to someone that's new to them, that they don't feel pressure to buy something from. You get it? Because you're not like, hey, my name's Vicki. I'm a Beachbody coach. How are you? They're going to be like, oh shit, I'm running the other way, right? Because you're not, hey, I'm a single mom. I work from home. I got engaged. I'm getting married this month. I have 2 dogs. You know, like, I ain't saying I'm a Beachbody coach right away. Ask what they do. What do they do for a living? What do they do for fun? Where do they live? How's the weather there? Because the weather here, it's been sunny and I'm loving it. Anything like that. Or it's super chilly here in the mornings. Oh my gosh. I'm super jealous of your Florida weather or wherever they're from. What else do they like to do? And relate to them when relatable. Okay? If they say that they have a puppy, oh my gosh, I have a puppy too. Is she chewing up everything? Relate when relatable, and don't force it. Like, don't try to find something that you're relating to. You're like, oh my gosh, I have nothing in common with this person anymore. It's fine. You'll find something, I promise. Think about and find out how you can serve them. Look for little hints that these people give you, because they will. It's in every single conversation. Maybe they talk about their job and how tired they are every single day when they get home and they have to cook for their kids and they miss their kids all day long. Or maybe they talk about, not having the energy to do the things that they want to do. Or maybe they talk about not being able to do recreational stuff because they're so broke. Or maybe they talk about, not feeling good in their own skin because they let themselves go, or they put everybody else first, right? So look for these little things, but don't jump on them right when they say it. Just, you're getting to know them. And the thing is, you guys, I want you to be really cognizant, I think is the word. That's a really big word for me to use. That's a win, if that makes sense. I want you guys to pay close attention that every conversation is different, and you're not going to go from sending a friend request to connecting with them to building a really strong foundation to inviting them to them signing up within like a day or even a week. I want you guys to understand the foundation that you guys lay today will be paying off in 3 weeks. And I don't want that to discourage you, but I want that to inspire you. Like, wow, the people that I meet today, the relationships that I'm going to build today are going to grow and strengthen over the next 3 months. And how am I going to be able to help them then? Because if you think, what did you do 3 months from today? That's exactly how you're getting to where you're at today. Are you adding people to your network? Are you getting Success Club? Are you building your business? Are you having challengers? You got to think about the big picture. It's a meadow. You need to plant those seeds, and it takes sunshine and love and rain to grow these beautiful flowers, to blossom, right? The same thing with these relationships. So I don't want you to think, I didn't get to the invitation today. I failed miserably. No, that's not it at all. The whole process from finding them to talking to them to building that relationship to finally inviting them, that's the process. That's the invitation process. It's not just sending them a friend request like, hey girl, I just wanted to let you know I'm starting a 21-day fix challenge group on Monday. Would you like to join? That's never worked. That's never worked. Ever. Ever. And it's not how things go. And it's not what's going to make others want to join you. Okay, moving on. So you can also, find out how you can serve them. Then I also added this little tidbit in there. If they start asking you questions like, are you a mom? You can share a little bit about who you are, but don't really touch on or don't really hound in on Beachbody coach or running challenge groups or that. I simply say I've been on my journey for X amount of months or X amount of years. And I found out that I have a true passion of helping other women feel good in their own skin and really learn to love themselves. Amazing. Like, if you say it like that, what? You did what? You've been on your own journey and you found a passion into helping others feel good in their own skin. Like, to me, I may be wrong and this may not be everyone's opinion, but to me, if someone said that to me, I'd be like, wow, that's intriguing. I'd want to learn more about that, right? Instead of like, red flag, she wants to sell me something, right? I wouldn't feel that way. Start to ask them questions, but really, really listen to them, right? So when I send a message and I get to know them and I get to know where they're at and how old are their kids and if our kids are relatable and tell them little quirky things that my son does, really get to know them, like really build that strength and that foundation. You know, I let them know how long I've been on my journey. I shared my mission with them. And I say, are you currently on your own health and fitness journey too? Or are you currently on your own self-love journey too? Oh my gosh, no, I've never been on a self-love journey. What is that? Then you start to ask questions. Like I said before, people love talking about themselves. But the thing of it also is, when you ask them questions, you're really finding out how you can serve them, but you're also getting them to think. Chances are, if there is a woman at home who's struggling in some way, shape, or form, she just knows what she wants, right? She knows what she wants. She wants to feel better. She wants to lose weight. She wants to get out of debt, whatever it is. But she really hasn't thought about the why or the feeling or anything else besides the big picture. Does that make sense to you guys? So ask them questions. My questions that I usually ask, what is your overall goal? What would you really want to accomplish? And where would you like to be in 30 days? Right? Because if they only look at the big picture, chances are they're going to get overwhelmed. Oh, well, I have $50,000 in debt to pay off. Or, oh my gosh, I have 100 pounds of weight to lose. But if you shorten that, well, what would you like to accomplish over the next 30 days? Wow, I'd really like to get my eating under control. I'd really like to find the motivation to work out every day. Oh, I'd really like to pay off, $250 on my credit card, whatever. Because it seems more doable, whatever it is, in the 30 days. Well, what have you been doing so far to help you get there? What have you been doing so far to help you get there? If someone would have asked me this question is the thing that is like the sucker punch to me, right? If someone would have asked me this question when I had this big, I need to lose 130 pounds. What have you been doing to get there? Not a damn thing except for buying everything off the infomercial. That's it. That's all I've been doing. What have you been doing to get there? Because chances are people don't really know the action steps it takes to improve in multiple areas of their life. So you need to ask them. And that helps them come to terms with like, well, you know what? I've cut out soda. Oh, that's awesome. If they say anything that has to do with health and nutrition, make it a big deal. Whether they cut out soda, they stopped eating fast food, they added more veggies, they're starting to drink more water, whatever it is, even if you're like, oh, I've been doing that for ages, whatever it is, make a huge deal out of it. Because it may be the hardest thing that they've had to do, you guys. And if any of you guys have been addicted to soda or fast food or an emotional eater or had no idea about clean eating or anything like that, you know how hard it is to overcome something like that, right? So make it a big deal. Also ask, where's your biggest struggle? Like, what do you struggle with the most when it comes to reaching your goals? This is also how you can find out how you serve them. Where do you struggle with the most? Is it because you're a chocoholic like I am and you can't turn away chocolate? Is it because you don't have time because you have 5 kids and a husband and a job to take care of? Is it because you have a bum knee? Is it because there's multiple ways that people struggle that they feel like they can't accomplish their goal? And again, I talked about the knee. Ask if they have any injuries or limitations. Because the thing you guys don't want to do is suggest something like 80-day obsession to someone with a bad back or bum knees. Because what you're going to do is they're going to end up hurting themselves and you're going to feel awful. So make sure that you're aware of any injuries and limitations. Now the big kicker, and actually my girl Candy is on here. She said this forever ago, I don't know, 2 years ago maybe, and this has always been on my list of questions that I've asked ever since then. Well, how would you feel when you reach that goal in 30 days? Or how would you feel once you reach that goal? How would you feel? Right? You gotta bring feelings involved. Because oftentimes, if they have this big giant goal weighing over their shoulders, they're thinking lack mentality. Well, I don't have that. I am not that size. I don't feel that way. So it's lack. And they're just feeling negative and all this weight on their shoulders. But the second you ask, well, how would you feel when, not if, how would you feel when you lose 10 pounds? How would you feel once you drop a pant size? And then they're like, oh my, yes, get them speaking as if, exactly. And then they're like, oh my God, well, shit, I feel pretty damn sexy. Hey, whatever it is, they'd feel good because they're thinking, wow, it's possible. I could feel this way, right? So this is something that I got from that book. And actually, I've done this before, but the way he said it just made all the sense. So he talks about like this fragment of words that people say, and it often derails people. Like, say your significant other or your best friend is like, I love your outfit, but your shoes don't really go with it. Well, do you pay attention to the I love your outfit, or do you pay attention to but your shoes don't go along with it? You pay attention to the but and then what comes after the but, right? Well, your kid was really good today, but he poked someone with a pencil. You pay attention to the but and then the bad thing after, right? People always pay attention to the thing that interrupts, right? How you could switch it. I don't know if this is for you, but have you ever considered working out at home? Switch it around. I don't know if this is for you, but have you ever thought about becoming a Beachbody coach? I don't know if this is for you. You're not making them feel obligated. You're not making them feel like you're pushy or convincing. I don't know if this is for you, but do you know anyone that would want to join me in a clean eating group? When they hear that but, it interrupts everything. And all they hear is the after. And they're more intrigued because it interrupts whatever like flow of conversation that they're having with you. And they sit on that. And then they want to know more. So you get them talking, or you talk to them about what you're talking about, what you think would be a good idea. And new coaches and even seasoned coaches, if throughout your conversation you don't know what the best program is for them, you know what? We have a big team page where you can ask support. Okay, you can go to for support. If someone has an injury, or if someone wants to lose X amount of weight, or if someone does something that you can't relate to, post in there and people will be happy to help you. Maybe they need Piyo, maybe they need 21-day fix, maybe they need something more, building endurance, anything. But then you could talk to them about how fitness programs from home, the one that you've been doing along your journey of X amount of days or X amount of months, remember, they're awesome because they not only focus on fitness, but nutrition too, which you get the best out of both worlds. And the thing is, you have to really make it a big deal that, oh wait, I'm just kidding. That's coming later. Don't worry about that. Then you talk to them about, like, say you're talking to them about 21-day fix. It's my go-to because it's easy to talk about. So 21-day fix. You want to always meet them where they're at. Okay? This is not about selling them the challenge pack. This is not about selling them the kickstart. Not everyone needs to do the 3-day refresh or can hang on the 3-day refresh, because we all know that is tough as F is what I meant to say. What you need to do is break down all the packages for them. Here's the thing why. I know some people are like, oh, but if I offer them the program, then they're just going to buy the program because it's only $59. But also the thing is, if you offer them all the options, they're going to see the value in the most valuable packages. Okay. So I simply say the fitness program for 21-day fix is $59. Or you can get the challenge pack and it comes with this, 30 days of Shakeology, which is 30 days of, or 30 meals you don't have to plan or budget for, right? And then I talk to them about the Kickstart. Then I talk to them about the all access pass. Oh my gosh, I'm talking too fast. And then I literally break down everything that they get, really highlight the big, amazing things, the Fix a Cooking Show and the Shakeology and this, and this. And then I make a really big emphasis. And with all of those, honestly, guess what? And I say, with all of those, you get me as your new wellness bestie. Hey, we get to hang out all the time. Or you can say your lifetime fitness coach. Or you can say whatever you refer to yourself as for them. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. I don't care what you call yourself. Just call yourself something. But people like it. Like, they like knowing that they have someone that they can go to. I now have challengers. If you guys don't have the Marco Polo app, get the Marco Polo app. It's awesome. But I have challengers that will Marco me at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And they're like, I'm just wanting to let you know I don't have motivation to work out. And I'll Marco them real quick. And they're like, oh my God, your face just scared me. I'm working out right now. And I'm like, well, if that's what's going to happen, then But the thing is, they like someone to be there for them. And we all know what it's like to be on some sort of a journey by yourselves, right? It's hard. It's hard. And we all know what it's like when we've been in a challenge group. And guess what? When we don't participate, we don't really get progress, right? Right? Oh, right, Danny? Like my girl Danny was in a challenge groups for many challenge groups. And then one day she's like, I'm going to commit to a challenge group. And the girl's lost what? Like over 50 pounds now, girl? 52 pounds. That's freaking awesome. Since she committed in challenge groups. The thing is, we all need someone. And when they know that you'll be there for them, not just like, girl, put the donut down, but as support, as love, as encouragement, for advice. And there's going to be lots of times they come to you with TMI questions. You got to be ready for it. But you're their girl now, right? You're their girl. You got to remember there's no time frame. Like I said in the beginning, there's no time frame for this. You can't rush a conversation because you want Success Club. That's not how things work. It's not okay. You're not doing them any favors and you're not doing yourself a favor. You got to think about them and not yourself. Take you out of the outcome. No matter what, treat them like a friend. Treat them like a friend for life. Like I tell my girls all the time, like once you're in this, like you're family. Like I don't care if you show up on team calls. I don't care if you go inactive. You're family to me. Like my girls are my family. My challengers are my family. These are people that I've connected with, that we've told each other stories that we won't even tell, our spouses or our moms or other people. You have to remember that you spent the time to go find them, or they found you. You built that relationship. But regardless, as if they sign up as a coach or sign up as a challenger or just, buy something little from you, they're your friend for life. And you got to make them feel that way. Also, the fortune is in the follow-up, right? Because chances are, once you get down to that invite, right? I don't know if this is for you, but chances are they are not going to say yes right away. They're going to have to think about it. They're going to have to talk to their significant other. They're going to have to see if they could budget it in. Always follow up and always bring back their goal. But don't just follow up and be like, hey girl, I remember you wanted to lose 10 pounds. You ready to do that yet? Don't do that. What you need to do is follow up and be like, hey, I seen your little one sick. Is she doing okay? Right? Because that's a friend way to follow up. And then start talking to them. Every time I've done that, and I haven't been the one to bring up, every time I followed up after we went through the invite process and they said that they were going to sign up, or they said that they were going to think about it, or what, more than likely they'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you. I can't do it because of this, or I'm going to do it when this. But if I would follow up and be like, so are you ready to, knock off those 10 pounds yet? Or are you ready to sign up as a coach yet? They'd be like, this is why she wanted to be my friend. They'd feel icky. And then everything that was said between you guys wouldn't matter anymore. So don't be that follow-up. Don't be that follow-upper. That's a new effer right there. Yeah, it's checking in and letting them know that you honestly care about them. Because since you guys are a coach now, right? Everyone on here is a coach. You are on your own journey to better your life physically, emotionally, financially, all areas of your life. But you are also, I'm just watching Jeremy walk around Katrina's kitchen over there. Yeah, I see you. I see you making dinner. You guys are also responsible to help others. You show up every day on your social media with your workouts and your cute selfies. But we're not going to change the world with cute selfies or pictures of our babies, as much as we'd like to think so. You have to drop the fear of inviting and realize it's not scary. It's really not. As long as you know your own intentions, you're doing the best you can. You are not responsible for what other people say or what other people think. You have to remember that. And you have to let go of control. I learned that through 6 years of personal development. I'm still learning. It's a learning process. Okay, I'm going to go. That's all that I had to say, but I'm going to go through here because I know a few questions were popped up. I struggle the most with inviting while I'm at work, working crazy 12-hour shifts. I feel like I've had such a hard time with this. Oh, yes. Tracy, 12-hour shifts would be hard. But maybe, like I said, doing 10 minutes before or 10 minutes after, or, whatever time frame that you can designate, instead of just giving yourself like, I need to add 10 new friends today, but maybe making time blocks of when you're able to do that and just really work, like hone in on those relationships as you're building. Maybe that's something that would be easy for you, or easier with 12-hour shifts, because I can't imagine that anything with 12-hour shifts is very easy. Another great PD book I'm listening to by Rachel Hollis, Girl, Wash Your Face, Stop Believing the Lies About Who You Are. Ooh, I got to check that one out. Amen. I always tell you what you need to hear. Good. I'm glad. Do you send message if you're adding someone before they accept or after? Are you referring to on Facebook? Okay. So here's the thing, what I do on Facebook. I never send a friend request before I talk to someone on Facebook, just because it's me, it's weird. I'm weird. I think Facebook is a lot different than Instagram. But what I usually do is I'm like a cyber stalker. So I'll add them on my messenger. Like I'll go on my phone, I'll add them on Messenger. I'll wave at them. Hey girl, hey, that weird thing. So it shows up on there and it doesn't just go to their archives or whatever. And then I'll shoot them a message. And then I'll say whatever it is that is making me want to send them a friend request. But I always build that relationship on Facebook. Why I work Facebook differently than Instagram, I have no idea. But I always build that relationship before I send them a friend request. Or if we have a lot to talk about or a lot in common, I'm a Uber geek and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to be your friend. And then I send them a friend request. Or, oh my gosh, you're into airy fairy stuff. I have to send you a friend request. Oh my gosh, you like Nikes? Have to send you a friend request. That's what I do. Oh, okay. 52. Oh, I added 9 people to the Clean Week group and got 8 of them to participate yesterday. Yeah, that is awesome, Danny. When you were talking about following up as a friend, how do you keep track of who do you follow up with? I'm not using Teamsy anymore and I struggle with organization. Okay, the thing is, it depends. So on Instagram, it's different because you can add, hold on, I forgot what it's called. So you can go to someone's thing. Oh my gosh. Where's my button? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay. Apparently I'm not going to talk about Instagram right now because I have no idea what I'm talking about. Where is it? Oh, okay. So here's the thing. So on Instagram, you have this little guy. You guys see that guy? And then you click it, and then it says collections. And then on there, I have different sections of future fit babes, future coaches, new friends on there, right? And then I have my coaches. So you can add them in there, and you could, every day it will just pull up one picture, but then every day you can go to their thing and be like, oh, look at what they posted today. And you can continue to like and comment and stuff. Wait, where is that at? I'll screenshot it and show you. Now on Facebook, because I use paper tracking, pen and paper tracking. And on Instagram, it's kind of crazy because I don't want to write everyone's Instagram handles on my paper. That's why I do Instagram tracking the way I do. And a lot of the time people don't have their names as their Instagram handles. I don't want to be referred to as Fit with Vicki. So, okay. So I'm going to show you guys real quick because you guys keep asking. Okay. So it's on your main screen. And it's this little flag guy. And I'm actually not sure if you have to have the business page instead of a personal page on your Instagram. Here, I'll show you guys. Hold on. I'm getting a lot of confusion. Confused faces. I'm going to post it in the big group right now. Actually, I'm going to do that afterwards because I don't want to. Oh, it works for everybody. Awesome. Thank you, Candace. Oh, yeah. And if you have, I have an Apple. So I don't know if that makes any difference, but I will post it afterwards. You don't have that option. Okay. I do, but mine's in a different place. Okay, Dana, if you can screenshot yours too, we'll all screenshot ours that have it, and then maybe that will help. But what I do is I write down everybody's name that I actually talk to on my notebook. And then I will put a check next to them if I've got to the invitation. But then I always write little comments like struggles with this, or their goal is this, or they're a mom of 3, or, things that really stand out for me, for that person. Because if I'm doing a clean eating group and this person struggled with their nutrition, I could go back and be like, hey girl, I just wanted to I remember that, we talked about you losing weight before, but you guys are in a spot where you can do anything financially, but I'm having a free clean eating week group. Would you want to join? So I have everything written down on my paper from Facebook or email. And then I simply just go through my thing. And then I will send them a Facebook message, and it will show last message that you sent them. If it's within a few days, I'm not going to message them again, unless it's been something that we've been talking about. But if I shoot them a message and I'm like, hey girl, how's your day going? Or hey girl, I seen that you're at a soccer meet. Did the kids win? Or anything like that, and they haven't responded, I give it a while. I don't harp on everybody and be like, I'm going to be annoying. Hey, talk to me. I'm needy. Sometimes I'm like that, but just ask my fiance. That's not on work business hours. But yeah, I do it. I do pen and paper. A lot of people use other things. People use Streak. I think Danny just said you use something else, or someone said, Missy, I started using Trello. Is that tracking? Is that a software? I'm going to make her talk. Look at this. Hey. Oh, she's not going to talk. It's an app. Okay. Well, that's cool too. Yeah, but make sure that you guys are tracking who you are talking to, because that's important, because you don't want anyone to slip through the cracks, because we all like to think we have the best memory and we're like, oh yeah, I'll get a hold of her. Oh, I'll message her back. Even though I track, I still have a hard time sometimes remembering if someone's like, can we talk tomorrow? And I don't write it down. Chances are that shit's not happening. Plus I have hypothyroidism. I blame it all on that. So, foggy brain. Anyways, but the thing is not to be afraid, you guys, and go with your gut. Like, talk to people that you'd actually talk to in real life. Talk to them like you'd actually talk to them in real life. And think about the things that Beachbody has done for you and what this community has given you. And really think, why would you keep this to yourself? Because of fear, or because of judgment, or because of rejection. Like, that's just silly. That's just silly to me. If I wasn't a Beachbody coach, I wouldn't have as many good girlfriends as I have now. I wouldn't be anywhere near close to this weight without Beachbody. I wouldn't be able to know what clean eating was or even care what clean eating was. I would be working and away from my kid. There's all these things that we can think of. What if? You're not going to get where you want to be by staying in your comfort zone. And yes, maybe your comfort zone is not inviting, but you're not going to die. Like that meme, but did you die? I sent out 5 invites today. Oh my gosh, but did you die? No, you didn't die. And you can do it tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. And like I said, it gets easier the more consistent you are doing. And Miss Maxie's scratching at the door. Anyone want a puppy German Shepherd? Take her away. But the thing is, like, our journey, inviting, meeting new friends, anything is hard if you only do it every once in a while. Like, could you imagine doing an 80-day obsession workout one day and then hopping back into working out the next week? You'd be like, oh my God, I'm struggling. This is killing me. You probably do that anyways. But I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough to find the motivation. It's tough to find the encouragement. It's tough to talk yourself into it. So if you develop that habit every single day, but realize that you're just making new friends. You're looking for people that you actually want to hang out with. How hard is that? And why is that a bad thing? Don't make things harder on yourselves than we already do, right? Life is hard enough as it is. We don't need to make it harder. Did that help everyone tonight? Good. Does anyone have any last minute questions? Anything to add?
I'll just say that the Trello thing is not just an app. You can actually do it on your computer also.
Oh, awesome.
And it's free. So you can just it kind of makes lists. So I don't know if you can see that at all. Can you see it?
No.
Well, it makes lists and you can keep track of your whole contact list and then who you get in touch with, follow-ups. You can schedule follow-ups. You can assign labels to each one, and it's free.
That's awesome. Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Nicole, I so needed this call tonight. Well, good. I'm glad that I could give you guys what you're in need of. That makes me happy.
Vicki?
Yeah?
What was the name of that Audible you said?
Phil Jones is the author, and it's exactly what to say.
Okay.
The magic words for influence and impact. Already ordered. Awesome. Thank you, Amazon. I know Amazon's the ish.
Okay, the magic words for influencing what? I'm sorry.
Impact. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want I can't not say anything. I want to just thank you. Hold on, let me make sure I got my little microphone right. I just want to thank you for being consistent with the team calls because it seems like, of course, we're supposed to get them every single week. But like tonight, I wasn't feeling well. And I was like, oh, I'm going to skip it, whatever. And then it's like I get on and I hear exactly what I needed, and it's like you are an amazing leader, an amazing mentor. And I appreciate you like being consistent with the material that you bring and the good vibes that you bring, the honesty. And I just feel bad for the people who don't get on these calls live because it's completely different watching a recording. Because I was like, oh, I'll watch it in the morning. But I was like, I'm not going to get the Vicki, the vibes live. I need it. So I just want to say thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Dana. That gave me all the warm and fuzzies. I'm like, stop talking. You're going to make me cry. I'm glad you got on. And Christine did warn us that it is Mardi Gras there. And so when I first didn't see your face, I was like, oh, Dana, you're naughty.
80-day obsession, okay? I stuck to it. I have not had king cake and I have not had liquor. So I'm proud of myself.
Good for you. Good for you. I don't know what king cake is, but right now it sounds good.
Oh, Oh God! If I was brave enough to go to the bakery to get one to mail it to you without eating some, I would.
No.
Maybe next year.
No. Girl, I have a cake tasting appointment on March 3rd, and I'm like struggling. I'm like, that's not 80-day obsession approved, but I
You have
cannot
to swallow it. Just
just taste it.
that was great. That was wonderful. I really like that one.
Oh my gosh, Christine, no, maybe after July 13th you can send me some. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to stop the recording because I didn't realize we were still recording. So thanks for watching the recording.